Hey, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if it's your first time. I am Riddle, and I made a video a few weeks ago just beginning to share my journey with what people generally refer to as witchcraft. And in sharing my experience, I expressed to everyone that in my childhood, my family, my mother was a closet witch. So basically we lived in a very conservative blue-collar neighborhood, and I went to Catholic school, and she was Catholic, but secretively we practiced witchcraft and learned all forms of the occult and working with spirits and what have you. But as I got older and moved away from home and saw really how quite disempowered my mother was and her life, and how she used magic only in the most extreme situations. And of course, I have a science background. I really had to look back and reconsider what I had experienced, because as much as I would love to say I'm an atheist, I have to say I'm agnostic, because I've had so many unexplained things happen in my life. And using the power of my mind to manifest incredible things in my life, when truly, statistically, I shouldn't be anywhere near as far along as I am culturally, financially. I wanted to share with the world that, witchcraft actually in essence isn't eye of newt or ear of toad or using negative spirits or the devil to achieve one's will, but it's just believing in oneself and that you do deserve a good life, and then using that untapped potential of our minds to achieve that through strong focus. But because we live in a three-dimensional world, we often need something to focus that energy through, so people will choose crystals or resins or some form of ingredient to kind of back them up, because they don't believe enough in themselves. But if you can just focus your intention, the power of your mind, directly on that which you truly, truly want, you can make amazing things happen. And all that being said, I'm going to get to my point. One of my favorite authors, who is Augusten Burroughs, you might know him from the movie Running with Scissors. The book's much better than the movie, but the movie's, it's fun. He has a new book coming out in October called Toil and Trouble, a memoir. And what's fascinating about this is anyone who comes from not just a disadvantaged childhood, but one that was riddled with psychological, physical, or sexual abuse, it seems when those people make it big, they really, they really inspire us, and they are the anomalies. And so Augustine is one of those people, and he, his autobiography, basically Running with Scissors, is about his childhood that they make into a dark comedy. But the dark parts are truly dark, and you can imagine how someone would struggle with that their entire lives. Luckily, he had his creative genius and a high intellect to channel and tell his story and turn something confusing and tragic into something really fortunate for himself, with a whole series of amazing books. So his new book, the title, Toil and Trouble. Here's a partial list of things I don't believe in: God, the devil, heaven and hell, Bigfoot, ancient aliens, past lives, vampires, zombies, homeopathic, Bigfoot, canola oil because there's no such thing as a canola. Note that witches and witchcraft are absent from the list, when really they should be right at the top. The thing is, I wouldn't believe in them, and I would privately ridicule any idiot who did, except for one thing: I am a witch. So this is Augustine's writing. And basically, he goes on to say that the bond that he formed with his mother, he believes he's descended from a long line of witches, or people that manifested things into being. And he talks about his own use and misuse of his power, and how he truly believes that this is what he attributes his fame to, is witchcraft, or the true power of his ability to focus his mind into creating anything he wants. So, that being said, I think it's just really fascinating, because I'd covered this topic in one of my first videos about witchcraft, sharing with people that witchcraft, you know, you don't have to have a wart on the end of your nose, and you don't have to sacrifice children or animals, that there's something that you can distill from it once you really understand it and just really use the pure power of belief. And then you have to really kind of quiet yourself and wait for the cues, because often the things that we think we want come in a different way that's bigger than we can actually believe. And I'm just really excited that such a well-known author is covering this topic real time and calling himself out on this gift. So I can't wait till October 1st, when Toil and Trouble is released, to see exactly what's in that book. All right, that's it. If you have any questions or comments, definitely look up his books. They're all dark but hysterical. And anyone who came from an alcoholic, dysfunctional, abusive family knows that there were really horrible, dark times that made no sense at all, that you just kind of parody in the shadows of your own mind. But there were also those times that were really fun and quite sensational and magical. And that's where we often get our extrasensory abilities from. So if you enjoy my videos and you'd like to keep exploring this topic with me, through me, please subscribe, it helps. If you have any comments, I'm a very responsible YouTuber, and if your comments are kind and they're come from a good place, I always take the time to respond and support my subscribers. So again, have a great day, take care of yourselves, but most of all, take care of each other. You know, that little bit of kindness that you give the gas station attendant, the mail person, the UPS driver, the girl at the checkout counter, your doctor, that goes much further than you will ever believe in helping keeping the light going in the world. All right, bye for now.